Hello and welcome back to this best of 7 between Aspire and SG, also known as Stargate. Team Stargate. If I weren't already in Aspire, I'd probably be raving about how Team Stargate is the best team ever because it's Team Stargate. Stargate's amazing. And if you like sci-fi and you haven't watched Stargate, you should go do that right now. Watch SG-1, watch Atlantis, and watch Universe from Season 2 onward. Read a synopsis of Season 1. Wasn't that good. But, Season 2 was where it started getting really good. And they got cancelled. I was pretty heartbroken about that, I have to say. Yeah, it was actually starting to get really good. But that's how it goes sometimes. I'm just holding out hope that Once Upon a Time doesn't get cancelled. That would truly break my heart. And I know it would break my wife's heart too, because she really likes it as well, because it's a really good show. Anyway, I should probably introduce the players at some point. So once again, we have 0007, showing that indeed he is a worthy successor to 007, because, well, he's knocked out 2 players of Aspire so far. So coming up next, we do have BVB Poser, coming to try to save the day. I think at this point, he's probably just going to go for a macro game. We've seen 2 attempts of Cheese versus 0007, but he's shown that he's pretty good at scouting, you know. He scouted the Thorv drop rush from Songtran, and he did also scout the 4-gate. And, you know, I mean, he only had like something like 20 seconds of warning before the 4-gate hit, but, you know, that extra time and even just knowing there's a 4-gate coming, that's really valuable. You know, you're a little bit faster pulling your SCVs and things like that, and, you know, it helps a lot. So, 0007 gonna check all the corners. Is there a dark shrine somewhere? Even though it's not physically possible to have it at this point in the game without cheat codes. And he will indeed see that, nope, there is no dark shrine yet. And, yeah, that would be a little bit ridiculous, to be completely frank with the Poser. Run! Don't worry about it. You're fine. Marine gonna chase for a little while, then decide, nope, not worth it. Gonna head back and protect this budding command center, which is being constructed. And in approximately 80 seconds of in-game time, which is more like 60 seconds of real time, that will be born into a brand new command center. And then 0007 will start mining minerals from it, with which to build machines of war and kill things. Moving right from newborn babes. By newborn babes, I mean newborn command centers, which are inanimate, to death and destruction. But this is a video game, so what did you really expect? Yeah. So 0007 just, wow, really scouting to make sure there's nothing being proxied or anything. Or he's just... Or, you know what, that might have just been like an internal timing sort of thing. I send it to here, and then I send it back in. And if there's a 4-gate coming, the gateways are starting to be laid down by then. Okay, you know what, I guess he's just going to position it there so that way he can scout in with it at a later date. Always a good thing to do. Scouting information is, of course, incredibly crucial to victory. And, is there music? Where's the in-game music? Has there been no music these games? I was certain that I had enabled it in Game 1. If I didn't, I apologize. All you had to listen to was the sounds of gunfire and my voice. And I do have to say, my voice was pretty fantastic. So you guys were probably okay, but music is nice. I like music a lot. So, Poser, going up to 3-gate Robo. Pretty typical, nothing crazy, and from there I would be not be that my mouth stopped working. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go into Colossi. That'd be pretty typical. So SCV will get up in here and see, yep, there's a command center. Not going to be a 4-gate, not going to be a 7-gate. I don't know who does 7-gate off one base anymore. That's ridiculous. Yeah. I do know there's some pretty good 8-gate all-ins that you can do off 2 base, like a 8-gate. I think blink all-in. I think is one. Although I think that's done against Zerg. I don't know. My metagame knowledge, not the strongest, but it's okay because I'm here And I will entertain you. I will. I promise. Don't worry. I'm going to entertain you. So we got an engine bay on the way. We're going to start getting upgrades. And yeah, it's going to be bio medevac. How very typical. Good times. And I do have to say, like, of all the builds in the game that I like the feel of, I do think I like bio medevac. Like, it's one of my favorites. Just for the simple reason that I love having an army that's really durable. In that it can take some damage and then you fix it up and then off it goes again. Like, anytime I play mech in any form as a Terran, you know, I always send along at least 2 or 3 SCVs. I just put them on auto repair and I keep them with the army because I hate the idea of something getting down to 5 HP and then staying at 5 HP for a really long time and then dying instantly in the next battle. You know, repair it up. It doesn't cost a lot. It saves you production time. You know, your building doesn't have to build a new one. And then it can live a little bit longer in the next battle, and that might turn the tide. You never know. So yep, Colossus are on the way. Forge is on the way as well, so gonna get some upgrades. I would love to see him throw down another Forge, that way you can double upgrade. But not the biggest deal in the world. +1 is on the way. Stim gonna finish pretty soon, and it looks like 007 is gonna push with his medevacs. Very typical, very standard. This is, of course, the kind of scary part of the game for the Protoss. Those are going to need some good force fields. This sentry's been around for quite a while, so it's got some force field. But I think that's the only sentry he has. Yeah. Oh, no, wait. There's 2. Okay, there's 1 as well. That one was morphed in very recently. And looks like 7's going to push up here soon. I love that Poser had the probe down there. He knows this is the typical time when a Marine medevac push would come, so just puts it down there. You know, it's a very cheap investment to see that indeed there's an army coming. Poser actually going to go on the aggressive a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. Barrier shield goes down. First Colossus is out. But this is a pretty scary ball. Looks like 7's going to pull back for the moment, though. And the longer it takes him to push in there, the stronger Poser's army becomes. And yeah, 007 knows this timing is up. Next Colossus will be finished very soon. And once that's out, you know, 007 just won't be able to go toe-to-toe with this anymore. Tough leaves the game, very unfortunately. Could be he was lagging. That's kind of the rules of these games. We have a lot of observers, because obviously everyone in the team wants to be able to watch and, you know, see what their opposing player is doing, so that way if they win, they can have a better idea of how to deal with them in the next game. But if anyone lags, just as courtesy, you leave instantaneously. And that's kind of like a secret fear of mine, I guess, that I'd be like casting one of these live, you know, and then I start lagging. I'm just like, no! And then I have to have someone send me the replays, and then, like, I don't think I would, I probably wouldn't, like, start casting again. Like, I wouldn't start over completely, because then I know what's going to happen. But I'd probably just, like, forward the replay to the point at which I dropped, and then just kind of resume from there, which would be a little bit awkward, but... man, I hope I never lag. Ever. That would make me very sad. Fortunately, this internet connection is, like, it's pretty reliable and stable as far as, like, internet latency and stuff goes. It's just got a really bad upload rate. So, anytime I want to upload something, I start it when I leave for work at 5 a.m., and then hopefully it's done by the time I get home. I can usually upload, like, 4 or 5 at, like, 720p. So it's not like the worst ever. It's not dial-up or anything ridiculous like that. Poser getting a Templar Archive, so I'm going to see some storms mixed in. And, okay, interesting. So he did not get range for the Colossus. So he got these Colossus just to try to basically make 007 overproduce on Vikings and then switch into Templar. Now, the problem with that is his defense here is going to be a lot weaker because these Colossus won't be that good. And Templar, well, they're a ways off. And, this is looking a little bit dicey for Poser. Here we go, though. 007 wisely pulling back. Didn't want to get ringed in by force fields and cut apart by those Colossus. But this is the dance of death here. Vikings starting in once again to get some hot shots on the Colossus. Poser pulling the Colossus back just a little bit, trying to keep them safe, where the Stalkers can buffer for them and shoot down the pesky little Viking. But here we go. Ooh, trying to bait some force fields, losing a few Vikings. Very tense moment, lots of darting back and forth going. Charge is on the way. Looks like Poser isn't even trying to get Storm at this point. He's just continuing to build units because he feels like he really needs them. And, okay, Templar on the way. Okay, maybe he's just going Charge on Archon. I mean, that's kind of an old school style where you just go Charge on Archon and that's it. It can be effective in the mid game, but it just doesn't hold up at all in the late game. But could be he's just doing that right now to just give him some stability, and then later on, he will get Storm. Oh, there we go. Storm started. Feels safe in doing that now because indeed 007 is pulling back, blowing up those rocks so he can start mining there. And Poser, this base has been going for a little while, so he's in pretty good shape. How fantastic. And I can already feel my throat starting to dry out. I'm going to need to grab like a pint glass of water in between the games and then just chug it all down. And yes, indeed, I do have a pint glass, but I don't ever use it for beer because I really don't like how beer tastes. But I use it for milk because I like milk a lot, and I drink a lot of milk. And that's pretty much actually the only thing I use it for. If I want juice, I just have one of my other tall glasses because like a pint glass of juice would be probably a bit overkill. Oh man, so what else do we have happening? Blink is on the way. Mobius Reactor, I do believe that is the Ghost Energy upgrade. Yep, so there are ghosts on the way, so, wow, did he? He must have scanned in and seen the, okay, yeah, he scanned in, saw the Templar Archive, so he knows that's on the way, so he's getting his EMPs. But, yeah, still needs to have some Vikings. Is he building more? Yes, he is. And actually getting air upgrades. So, it could be he thinks Poser might switch back into Colossus. That's always a possibility, you know. If your opponent way overproduces Ghost, and then they don't have many Vikings, then you can switch back into Colossus. And then, you know, just produce tons of Colossus and then roll over the army, because Ghosts aren't that great against Colossus. But, I don't know that I see that often, just because Colossus take a while to build, but actually it could be he's thinking about doing that because throwing down the Robo facility. This could be just in preparation in case his opponent overproduces on Ghost. But here we go. Looks like we got a pretty big engagement about to happen. The Vanguard of the Terran Force being intercepted by the Protoss Ball. We got 2-2 for the Protoss army, 1-1 for the Terran army. So Poser definitely has an advantage. Oh, Knight picking off a bunch of Vikings. And wow, these Colossus are actually going to be pretty decent. They still don't have range though. And oh boy. Does Poser actually have any Templar? No, he doesn't. Okay, now one's catching up. Here we go. Looks like this is what going to make stab. Huge Storm going down, dealing so much damage. But that is a brilliant arc from 007. Poser needs to be really careful engaging into that. And it looks like 007 is just going to pull back with a very, very wounded army. And wow, does he only have 3 medevacs? Wow, I feel like that has to be a mistake. Because those medevacs are going to take a very, very long time healing up that army. And if you're trying to go bio against Storms, unless your control is Marine King level, you need a decent number of medevacs to heal up the damage that you're going to take from Storm. And HEW, totally accurate. Those medevacs, they are the hardest working medevacs of all time. They have to be getting like double pay at this point because they're working so hard, man. Oh, man. And is he? Okay, good. He's producing more. That's a good thing. And yep, Poser is switching back into Colossus. Pretty hard. 3 attack is about to finish. 3 armor's already done. And wow, okay, 007 just finished 2-2. But, Dark Shrine. Why not? You know, when the game goes longer and longer and longer, you know, this base here, send a Dark Templar. This base here, send a Dark Templar and yank the Terran opponent around. Force them to multitask. Doesn't hurt. So, oh, here we go. Another big engagement. Where are the Storms? Are there any Templar at all? Oh, lots of EMPs going down. Take out the shields on so many units. And oh no, Poser's army is just evaporating. Looks like the Templar were coming from behind. They're trying to help now, but oh man. 007's army split really well. And Poser is definitely in some trouble now with a really bad engagement, engaging without his Templar for support. Then 007 with a really, really good arc and really, really good EMPs. Now this army here is very, very weak. So does Poser have anything at all? Not very much. But if he's able to build up enough stuff, he could potentially just kill this army just by virtue of all of it being so red. But he doesn't really have enough to do that yet, and he might lose another base before he does. That would be pretty crippling. And yeah, Poser in some trouble. Oh wow, that Templar killed so many Terran units. And here we go. Poser will be able to push it back at this point, but he did lose a base. And oh man, those medevacs are going to be chased forever, but Poser missing an opportunity to blink, shoot! Yes, okay, does get at least one of the medevacs. And 007 was macroing decently behind it, but I feel like he probably needs some... Okay, he has a lot of production structures, but he didn't rebuild that much stuff. Okay, you know what, he's switching R into Marauders, that's why. And that's a good composition at this point, because if your opponent is light on Colossi and they're going mostly Templar, Marauders can eat storms. They can do it all day long, you know, not all day long. They can do it for a while. They have a lot of health, so they can take a lot of storms, and generally just kind of bull rush their way through the opponent's army. So Poser is reestablishing this base here. I would love to see him just go and take this base, maybe even this base too. He has a huge bank, you know, and I feel like he's just a little bit behind. Let's actually take a look at the worker counts. Okay, pretty much even. 007 is, of course, a little bit ahead just thanks to mules, because they're totally imba. And has he even done anything with that Dark Shrine yet? Doesn't look like it. And I almost wonder if he did that just to make producing Archons a bit more gas cheap, because Dark Templar, of course, cost 125 minerals and 125 gas. Oh, that's actually not cheaper at all. I thought it was a bigger differential. But here we go. Poser pushing out with a ton of Chargelons and Archons. Chargelons? Are those Archons that charge? What are Chargelons? I don't know, but here we go. The charge lots, though, being locked out a little bit. Archons die, though. The charge lots can push in. Those Colossus doing quite a bit of damage. Not sure why Poser is voluntarily splitting up his forces. Okay, that must have been a mistake. But there's still a lot of charge lots, and they're just pushing through everything. Wow. You know what? 007's still at 2-2. That's why. Power of the upgrade is making all the difference, and Poser's going to start camping production. Yeah, 4 Colossus at home. Oh, that's a mistake. New meta, no range Colossus. But, wow, I thought Poser was in a much worse position than he was. I really don't know how that happened. He had a pretty good engagement there at the end. But, wow. Now that said, he doesn't have that much stuff here, but he wins. I was thinking, like, if 007 was able to produce enough stuff out of here, and then... Oh, wait, there's Zealots camping that one. Okay. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do it then. Yeah. I was thinking he might have been in a little valley back if these ones weren't camped, but no. So, wow, very nice. Poser. Never getting range on his Colossus. Maybe that was just a mistake. Yeah, you know what? That's a mistake. If he got the second robo and was starting to double produce Colossus and never got range... Yeah, but even so, manages to pull out a victory, so well played by Poser. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go get a pint glass of water now, and I'll be back to cast Game 4 for you in just a few milliseconds, because that's how fast the internet is. See you guys then.